Annalise, the withdrawal will happen 20 years to the day since the 9/11 attacks.
That's right, Danica, and it's no mistake. That's been done very deliberately, and it's beyond the deadline that was negotiated between the Trump administration and the Taliban for a May withdrawal. There was some criticism that extending this deadline could leave American troops there susceptible to potential attacks. But what the Biden administration has made clear is that this is not a conditional withdrawal, and so those in Afghanistan should have confidence that on September 11, those troops will be withdrawn, just a few left to manage the diplomatic missions that remain there. But this is a significant moment. It was no coincidence either that President Joe Biden made this announcement from the Indian Treaty Room. That's the same room where George Bush originally declared the airstrikes on Afghanistan following those September 11 attacks. He was emphasising the point that in this entire war, there's been 4 US presidents, 2 Democrat, 2 Republicans, and he said he wasn't going to be handing this war on to a 5th president.
I also know there are many who will argue that we should stay fighting in Afghanistan because withdrawal would damage America's credibility and weaken America's influence in the world. I believe the exact opposite is true. We went to Afghanistan because of a horrific attack that happened 20 years ago.
What was also notable in this is we didn't hear Joe Biden declare that the war was a victory nor concede defeat. He merely said that they had achieved everything they could in that time. He said the clear objective was to bring justice to Osama bin Laden, and that happened 10 years ago. But he also made the point of consulting former President George Bush before he made today's announcement.
I spoke yesterday with President Bush to inform him of my decision. While he and I have had many disagreements over policy throughout the years, we're absolutely united in our respect and support for the valor, courage, and integrity of the women and men of the United States Armed Forces who served.
Annalise, this move doesn't necessarily have bipartisan support.
And that's been a really interesting feature of the commentary since this was leaked yesterday that this was going to happen today in this announcement. We've seen Republicans, including Ted Cruz, actually say he's glad that the troops are coming home from Afghanistan, but the Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell wasn't quite as favourable to the idea.
The American people need, and they deserve, a foreign policy that puts our security, our partners, and our interests ahead of the reflexive desire to break with the last 4 years at any cost. At any cost.
And even on the Democratic side, there are causes for concern amongst some Democrats, saying that the unconditional release means that it's going to leave women in particular susceptible, and that's been an ongoing argument to be keeping troops in Afghanistan. We've seen Senator Jeanne Sheehan say it undermines our commitment to the Afghan people, particularly Afghan women. I urge the Biden administration to make every effort between now and September to safeguard the progress made and support our partners in the formation of an inclusive transitional government. There was also a call to the Afghan government today from President Joe Biden, and then he visited the Arlington Cemetery where he walked past the graves of the more than 2,000 US soldiers who've passed away in Afghanistan.
Annalise Nelson live, thank you.